Thank you, Jason David Frank.
And Mr. Saban.
And thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing.
And don't forget to ring the bell so you get notified when we upload new content.
That's Tom.
And that's Chris. Decca, what do we got on deck for today?
Grab your string and push pins because on today's episode we relate to unrelated Power Ranger characters.
Alright, it's time for another missed opportunity. Sounds good. So stay tuned.
It's PRNT time.
After 10,000 years, I'm free! It's time to watch PRNT!
Welcome, Rangers.
This episode of
PRNT,
your source for all things
Power Rangers.
As we heard in the opening, it's time for another missed opportunity.
Now, if you're new to the missed opportunity segment of our show, let's explain what we mean when we say missed opportunity.
Now, we all agree that most of the Power Ranger seasons had some great storylines,
But we feel that the writers have missed a few opportunities to create overarching storylines between multiple seasons, which would have just taken the stories to a whole new level.
In our first missed opportunity,
check the card.
We talked about how the writers of SPD missed an opportunity to create links between Z of SPD and Danny from Wild Force.
And on our second missed opportunity,
check the card.
We talked about how the writers of RPM missed an opportunity to link Dr. K's Vengeance with a member of the Machine Empire.
In this episode, we're going to talk about a missed opportunity that we feel the writers of Dino Charge should have included but did not. Now, we will say that this idea was not one of our own. It was proposed by one of our viewers, Marine Seawing 12.
See, guys, we do check our comments for your suggestions.
Now, our missed opportunity, as we said, starts with a Dino Charge in the Dino Charge season, and actually starts with Kendall.
That's a character that you are relatively unfamiliar with, right, Tom?
Right, I haven't quite got to Dino Charge yet. I'm in Megaforce right now, but I did do my research when writing this episode, so hopefully I am up to speed.
So, when we first meet Kendall, she is lead scientist at the Amber Beach Dinosaur Museum.
Outside of her day job, though, she has been charged by Keeper to help locate the Energems.
Once the Ranger team has been assembled, she becomes like the tech wizard behind the scenes.
Right, and as that tech genius, Kendall creates different tools and devices to locate the Energems and to help the Rangers fight any monsters they may come across.
And as the story progresses, of course...
What did you do that for?
No reason.
Oh, okay. Now, here's where our missed opportunity kicks in.
It's clear that Kendall seems right at home working with the Morphin Grid, and developing weapons and locating Energems and all that.
But the question remains, where did she get that knack for that type of work? Working with the Morphin Grid, I'm sure, is very difficult. Yeah.
To answer that, let's start with a question.
Okay.
What is Kendall's last name?
My research tells me that it is, in fact, Morgan.
That's right. And do we know of any other Ranger that shares that same last name?
Indeed we do. Yes, Kendrix Morgan from Lost Galaxy.
Exactly. And who's to say they aren't somehow related?
Well, Chip Lynn, for one. He was one of the executive producers for Dino Charge. And he, when asked about it, said that he wasn't even aware that they shared the same last name. So, there's that. But when we do look at the similarities between them, we do find some pretty interesting things. One of those things is that, if memory serves, Kendrix, while on the TerraVenture, was very science-oriented, and she was even the science advisor for the GSA during her time on the TerraVenture.
She also proved her high intelligence by decoding the Galaxy book, which led to the discovery of the Lost Galactabeast and the Savage Sword.
And here's a fun fact. There have been only 2 female Rangers to wear glasses. Any idea who those two are? Kendrix and Kendall Morgan. Yes.
So obviously these two ladies are very similar.
So again, who's to say they might not somehow be related? Yeah.
Now it's obviously not mother-daughter relationship, because there's only 17 years between the two seasons. And records suggest that Kendall was only 26 during the time of Dino Charge.
And Kendrix never mentions having a child while she's on the Terraventure. And besides, if you did have a child on Earth, why would you leave Earth for a trip into deep space?
Now again, Chiplin, executive producer for the show, he says that there's no relationship between these ladies whatsoever. But this is a missed opportunities episode. We're supposed to be talking about what they missed out on.
And of course, we wouldn't end our missed opportunities episode without somehow giving our thoughts on it. So as the end of this episode approaches, I think we should tell them what our theory is.
Agreed.
Agreed? Okay. We like to believe that Kendrix was actually Kendall's aunt.
Yes.
Okay, so they are family related, they are blood related, and that would explain why there are so many similarities between them.
I like to think that Kendrix actually taught Kendall about the Morphin Grid and how to use it, and that's why Kendall is so knowledgeable of the Morphin Grid.
Right, yeah, I mean, it does make sense. Like we said, Morphin Grid is probably very difficult to work with, so all the help that one could get would definitely make that easier, and that could explain Kendall's knack. Yeah.
That's right. Now, this concludes our missed opportunity segment. We would again like to thank Marine Sea Wing 12 for the inspiration for this episode.
Right. And again, if you agree or disagree with us, or maybe you have your own idea for a missed opportunity segment you would like us to talk about in the future, please either comment on this video below or send us a message on any of our social media.
And when you do, please use the hashtag MorganMO.
Right. And now, if you've been watching our episodes the last couple of weeks, our live feeds on YouTube, all that stuff, you know that we are in the midst of giving a bunch of stuff away.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. And this week is no different. What are we giving away this week, Chris?
We are giving away this adult coloring book.
Yeah, so we got it from our comic shop in Midland. I want to thank Andrew for that, pointing this out to us. Okay? But how are you going to win it? Well, you need a question. Yay! I have it here. Okay? You can't see it because I'm cupping it and I'm palming it in my hand. So I'm going to read it, though. And if you know the answer, be sure to send us a message on our Facebook page. Private message us your answer. You will be entered to win this coloring book.
That's right.
Now the question is, which Power Rangers actor went on to be a EMT firefighter, an EMT/firefighter. Now, there have even been some seasons where there were EMT firefighters, so maybe that would be a good place to start. Or not. Who knows? We don't. We do know, but you don't know.
What's that question one more time?
One more time. The question is, which Power Rangers actor went on to be an EMT/firefighter?
All right.
EMT firefighter. Which Power Rangers actors? Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing.
And don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified when we upload new content. And remember, as we sign off, our hope is that the power will always protect you.
Let's power down.
Hey Rangers, thanks for checking out this episode.
If you want to see more, be sure to click the link to the left to see our most popular video.
Check out the link on the right to see our most recent upload.
And aim for that button in the center to subscribe if you haven't already.
And if you still want more, be sure to check out our social media pages where we post all sorts of things to be your source for all things Power Rangers.